And guys, I wanted just to welcome Zoilita here today. I've actually met Zoilita quite some time ago, um, uh, working in hypnosis, but Zolita has actually branched out into the world in a much larger way, and really working with people and helping them find abundance in their life and find positivity in their life and really thinking about working with clients in a different way. So I hope that you guys are comfortable. You're welcome, Zoilita, and we are recording this so that people have an opportunity to watch this back later. So you guys can choose if you'd like to be on camera or not. All right, Zoilita, tell us about what you've got going on.
All right. Thank you so much. Well, I always have a really special place in my heart for CAP because I was one of the people that helped found it many years ago. And so, in a really important way, I have a commitment to the well being of all of the members of CAP. And I have to tell you that escaping regulatory agencies and setting up a very successful success coaching practice has been just energizing and has allowed me to significantly raise my income level and to stabilize it. And there's not really a lot of marketing that you have to put out to get clients because in coaching, you can work with people in a different way. And so you can work more with friends and family and people that know you. You know, people always want to do business with people they know, like, and trust. And so allowing yourself to move into this coaching framework really allows you to make your getting clients a much easier experience. So I'd like to begin by just setting the foundation about what I'm talking about when I'm talking about success coaching. I'm talking about working with people that probably, if you're familiar with the GAF, the Global Assessment of Functioning, you know, it rates from 0 to 100. Well, people in the 80th percentile or above are people that are your coaching clients. These are not people that have a lot of emotional wounding work to still do, but these are people that are anxiously looking for coaches. You know, Google says that on the average, 1.5 million people Google find a coach every month. Coaching is exploding. It is the fastest growing human development profession that is. It is a different profession than psychotherapy is. It appeals to a different clientele. What this workshop today is all about is about that different clientele. These people do not identify that they need psychotherapy. They probably do in some extent, but they are eagerly looking for coaches because they know that they are needing guidance in achieving their goals. So to begin with, I do realize that all of you coming from Colorado, which has a lot of advancements in the world of psychotherapy and a lot of ability to encompass many, many different modalities, some of you are already doing coaching-like things. But in order to shift you completely into the world of coaching, it's really important that you recognize that there are three critical differences between psychotherapy and coaching. The first difference is that they're a different model. Psychotherapy is still part of the medical model. That means that they presume something is wrong with the client and that the therapist has the expertise to help the client get better. Coaching is a developmental model. It's closer to anthropology than it is to psychology. Coaching essentially says, you know what? That acorn that oak tree out there came from an acorn. And that acorn had the seeds of being a great oak all the time. A human being is like an acorn. They have the seeds of their own greatness. And all they really need to do is have a coach that's going to help them get focused, a coach that's going to work on their mindset and attitudes, a coach that is going to work on their skills and abilities, a coach that will hold them accountable to being able to achieve their goals. So, different model. It is a different relationship. The therapeutic relationship is unequal. That's why regulatory agencies have to regulate psychotherapy, because it's an unequal relationship. The power is in the hands of the therapist, because the client is presumed to have something that they need to heal, or something that is wrong with them. In coaching, it is a relationship of equals, a professional relationship that is formated on an agreement between the coach and the client. So in that equal relationship, just like I pay my CPA to do my taxes, but I could go to lunch with my CPA because we're in this equal relationship. And I could coach my CPA's child because this is all about a professional level of equality in the relationship. Okay, different model, different relationship, different process. In the process of psychotherapy, in the best of all possible worlds, the therapist has a plan with interventions designed to get the client to achieve something. Coaching is co-created. It's co-created around the client getting, first of all, clarity about what they really want. And secondly, the ability to close the gap from where they are to where they want to be. I discovered in working, because I had had years and years of training in hypnotherapy, I discovered with working that the best way to close the gap is to use the subconscious mind through mindful states. Now, hypnosis is only one mindful state. It's a very effective one, but so is mindfulness training, so is meditation, so is forms of Qigong or Tai Chi, so is elements of somatic connecting psychotherapies. So there are all kinds of tools we can use to get into that subconscious mind, but that's the place that you have to do to close that gap. Okay, so step number one, orientate yourself into being a real coach when you work in this area. Change the model of how you think about the client. Change the relationship so it becomes totally and completely equal. And change the process so that it becomes a spontaneous dance of the interaction of you, the coach, with the client to achieve the client's goals. Now we could pause for a minute here and check in and see if anybody has any questions about this information. Can you check and see if there are any questions in the chat? No. Okay, then we'll just go on. So once you have aligned yourself with the concept of being a success coach, where do you find your clients? Okay. Well, number one, it opens up your personal network to a greater level. You have to always use discernment because some people really are not ready for coaching. You have to look for these higher functioning people that probably have done years of psychotherapy or personal growth or the forum or something, and are now looking for that ability to achieve their goals. They're looking for those things, people that will help them shift their mindset, people that are going to help them manage their habits, people that are going to help them be able to stay focused and achieve those goals. Accountability, that's one of the most powerful things that coaching provides. There's a place where these people are really hanging out, and it's called the Chamber of Commerce. Because these are the people that are the acupuncturists and the real estate agents and the cosmetologists and the massage therapists and the psychotherapists, small business owners are looking for coaching. Now, you probably all know how hard it is to get psychotherapy covered on any kind of insurance plans. Coaching is not covered under insurance plans, but many self-health savings accounts will reimburse clients for coaching now. But coaching is a business expense. It comes right off of the profit and loss statement of small business owners. Coaching has totally infiltrated the corporate world. And so small business owners see that corporations have coaches and they want coaches. Does that make sense? So allowing yourself to infiltrate the Chamber of Commerce and become an expert in learning how to use your own mind to get success allows you to be in a really ideal kind of place to be able to get clients. And coaching clients are clients that stay with you for a long time. I have 2 clients in my practice that I have worked with for 7 and 8 years. And one of the interesting thing is that when you're working with small business owners, you're actually doing things that have a therapeutic effect. Okay, because you're going to work a different way. It's not going to be therapy, but they're going to master their habits. They're going to improve their self-esteem. They're going to be able to have a more positive self-talk. You know, we're going to bring systems into their lives, because in the model of coaching that I've developed and embraced, I had original training from the International Coach Federation, but didn't go through their whole system. In the training that I had about coaching, there was very much about education. And there was a lot of modeling on the athletic coach. The athletic coach that is going to train the client to reach the gold medal of their life. And it's going to train the client by working on those important factors that I keep mentioning: their mindset and their attitude, their skills and abilities, their habits and behaviors, their ability to maintain focus. You know, one of the things that I talk about when I talk to my clients is there's always the inner and the outer game. And the outer game is, you are a great painter. And you do a really incredible job. But the inner game is, how do you set a schedule and keep to it? How do you respond to any kind of feedback in a really appropriate way? How do you manage your team? How do you become a leader? You know, these kinds of elements are things that in one way you already know how to do. The most challenging transition I have seen from psychotherapist into coaching is to change how they work with people. And that change of how you work with people is a real key element, because it's always going to be about recognizing the answers are within the client, and that your job is to discover ways to help the client get to those places of knowing and awareness. So that's where your market is: entrepreneurial small business people. And those people are eagerly looking for coaches. And you already have skills and abilities that will make you good coaches. But coaching is a different profession than psychotherapy, and it's important to recognize that. Now let's talk about simple paperwork. Simple paperwork. I have included in your handout 2 forms that are basically all the real paperwork that you need with your clients. The very first one is the coaching agreement. The coaching agreement establishes at the foundation of the relationship that you and the client are equals, and you are there to help the client achieve their goals. The coaching agreement also gives you the opportunity to offer packages. And when you offer packages, you have the guarantee of those sessions, essentially, but you also have the client commitment to that sessions. And so when you structure your packages, you want to make your individual rate significantly greater than what the individual sessions cost in the packages. So I'm going to use myself as an example. So coaching, incidentally, is usually done about 35 to 45 minutes in time. I always do 45 minutes and sometimes 50. For a single session, I charge $295. For a package of 4, I charge $695. For a package of 10, I charge $1695. For a package of 20, I charge $3,200. 50% of my clients buy a package of $3,200. I can take credit cards, I can do PayPal, various means of exchange. So when you have packages where there's a significant difference between an individual session and a big package, clients are much more likely in this business community to pick the big package. Over that course of time of those 20 sessions, your business client is going to see a significant amount of difference. You know, one of the things that I have as a handout that the client gets after the first session is called Meditation Made Easy. And it has 3 different meditation techniques that I ask my clients to fill out, and I ask my clients to practice 3 to 5 times a week. The second form that you work with the client is called the prep form. And the clients need to send it back at least 24 hours before your next session. the prep form is really designed to help the client grow, because it helps the client clearly define what it is that they're working on and what kinds of steps are they actually taking to make it achievable. I always present this prep form with a little talk about what I jokingly call no-fault reality. And no-fault reality is the way that we live our lives when we want to grow and develop, is that we notice things and we change our behavior. We don't judge. We don't judge. And so as the client is learning to step out of judgment and to enter into 3 to 5 times a week meditative states, and to begin to create a written business vision, then it's pretty easy to coach them to be successful. And as they learn to be successful, they tell everyone they know. So that's one of the things that I think is really beneficial to think about in the terms of the world of moving into success coaching. Now, you don't have to give up psychotherapy, but it's really important that you not flip back and forth, because they require you to really be in a different mental framework yourself to be effective at doing coaching. Okay, any questions at this point? No questions?
Nothing in the chat right now.
Okay, now I want to put you through a process that I work with my clients. And this is not something we do just once. This is something we might do pieces of many different times, okay? So if you just close your eyes and allow yourself to feel really comfortable. And as you allow yourself to feel really comfortable, you begin to notice your own breath. And you feel your breath flowing in and out of your body. You feel your breath flowing. And as your breath is flowing to the tips of the fingers and the tips of the toes, you allow yourself now to drift down now to a deeper place, a deeper space. As we set this intention and ask and allow to open the potential of the inner workshop. The inner workshop, which is created inside of the mind, that's designed you to help you create the world that you really want to live in, the business you really want to have. So take in a long, deep, and full breath into the body. And as you exhale, now you can let go. Now you can move into deeper and deeper places, deeper and deeper spaces. Take in another long and deep and full breath into the body. And as you exhale, you can let go, you can let go, you can let go, you can let go. Take in another breath, holding it for a moment. And as you exhale, you can let yourself move deeper and deeper and deeper inside. Set the intention and ask and allow, go deeper now. Now I'm going to count backwards from 10 to 1, and each descending number helps you go to a deeper place, a deeper space. 10, 9, 8, go deeper now. 7, 6, 5, go deeper still. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right place, right now. Now begin to imagine a soft, warm shower of light washing down all through you. The shower creates a vibrating, tingling sensation as you relax the scalp, the forehead, the jaw, letting go now. The cheeks and the ears and the eyes, letting go now. Feel the eyes, letting go now. Now the eyes are the windows to your own inner self. And as the outer eyes are closed, you open the inner eyes, the eyes of the inner self. Set that intention and ask and allow, breathing deeper now. Ripples of relaxation are flowing down the neck and down the shoulders, relaxing, relaxing, and letting go. Relax the hips, the thighs, the knees, the calves, the feet, the toes. Your body knows. Your body knows. Your body knows how good it feels when you deeply relax. So you deeply relax right here, right now. Begin to relax the internal organs. Every cell, every gland, every organ is operating in a rhythmic and healthy way. Relax and let go, relax and let go. Now let's go into the mind. 10, 9, 8, go into the mind. 7, 6, 5, go into the mind. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're inside a room in the mind. A room in the mind to put your thoughts away. There's a perfect order in the universe. All life-enhancing thoughts come back in perfect order. Self-defeating thoughts begin to fade away. Like a photograph left in the Colorado sun, fade away. Now, in one corner of the room of the mind is a special box. A special box for thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that you want to get rid of today. And today you want to get rid of everything that on any level is blocking your ability to create and use an inner workshop. And with the help of your own inner self, I want you to gather all thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, whether known or unknown, and put them in that special box. And I'm going to give you 3 minutes of my silence to do this exercise. And it's good to know now that you can put the lid on that box and put that box on the shelf. It's good to know that. And it's good to know now that you have a conscious and a subconscious, and that's so good to know, so good to know. And it's good to know that the conscious mind drifts now and rests now. The subconscious hears and understands everything I am saying. I am talking to the subconscious. The subconscious knows how very, very deep you need to be to get the maximum benefit right here, right now. Set this intention and ask and allow. Go deeper now. 10, 9, 8, deeper now. 6, 7, 5, deeper now. 4, 3, 2, 1, so deep right here, right now. I now direct the subconscious to focus all attention on the contents of the box. I now direct the subconscious to release and clear fully and completely all experiences, whether known or unknown, that on any level are creating the contents of this box, releasing and clearing. To release and clear experiences between conception and birth, releasing and clearing. During the birth process, releasing and clearing. All experiences of childhood and adolescence, particularly experiences that affected self-esteem and self-concepts, releasing and clearing. Particularly experiences of feeling used or abused, releasing and clearing. Manipulated or controlled, releasing and clearing. Lost, lonely, abandoned, releasing and clearing. Helpless or hopeless, releasing and clearing. And all other experiences, whether known or unknown, during adolescence, releasing and clearing. All experiences of the adult life, particularly experiences of perceived failure, releasing and clearing. Particularly experiences of feeling not knowing what you were doing, releasing and clearing. Particularly experiences of feeling like you weren't going to be successful, releasing and clearing, and all other experiences. I now direct the subconscious to release and clear the experiences and all shock and trauma connected. The web and the linkage of feelings, particularly feelings of anxiety, releasing and clearing, depression, releasing and clearing, emotional hurt, releasing and clearing, lack of confidence, releasing and clearing, victimization, releasing and clearing, irritation, releasing and clearing, frustration, releasing and clearing, anger, releasing and clearing, all repressed rage, releasing and clearing, and all other feeling states, whether known or unknown, that on any level are connected to the contents of this box, release and clear. To release and clear the habits and patterns of behavior, particularly any habits and patterns of blocking growth. Release and clear the beliefs and the variations of belief that reinforce this content. I now direct the subconscious to release and clear all of this content because you are ready, because you are willing, because you are able, and because you have inner and outer support. To release and clear from the physical body, from every cell, from the mind and all processes, from the emotions, the feeling track and the emotional heart, from the entire energy field, each and every part of the energy field, right here, right now. Now, all of that content just becomes like the color gray. And all gray is pouring out of you. It's pouring out of fingers and out of toes, out of ears and eyes and nose. It all pours out of you because you are ready, because you are willing, because you are able, and because you have inner and outer support. It flows out of the mind like dark gray fears. It flows out of the heart like dark gray tears. It flows out of the energy field like the pattern gray. All gray flows away. And now I'm going to ask you to imagine. Imagine that directly above your head is a beautiful golden sun that produces only healthy rays. And the golden light of that golden sun flows down smoothly and evenly, and it's washing away all the gray. It's washing it away. Because you are ready, because you are willing, because you are able. And the gray flows into the soles of the feet, out of the soles of the feet of the arches. The gray flows out of all aspects, and the golden light pours in. And the golden light pours in, and the golden light fills you. And it flows into the feet and the calves and the knees and the thighs. It flows into the torso. It flows into the arms and the hands. It flows into the face, the mind. It flows into the energy system and begins to radiate this wonderful golden light. And you realize now that you're on a path that goes to the door of your own personal inner workshop. There are 10 steps that take you to that door. 10, 9, 8, going to the door. 7, 6, 5, going directly. 4, 3, 2, 1, standing in front of the inner workshop. Now, the inner workshop has 4 different areas. There's a sanctuary where you can meet with your inner self to talk about business decisions or personal life choices. There's a resource center, which could be like a computer or a library, where you have access to all information you need. There's a planning and development center where you can plan, develop, and organize your projects. And there's a movie theater where you can watch yourself achieving your goals. Now, this experience of being able to create inside of your mind the inner workshop is like laying a new schemata on the brain. Once you have created this in the mind, you will be able to use this more and more. And every time you use it, you will find that it's very beneficial. So going into the inner workshop now and going to the place of your own sanctuary, take a moment to imagine what a sanctuary looks like for you. A sanctuary where you feel like you can commune and connect. And as you do, you begin to create doors in your mind to connect more and more to that place of inner guidance and intuition. And so you are in the sanctuary and you spend some time in the sanctuary. And now you move into the resource center. And you take a moment to realize now that you have access to all information that you ever need. That you have that ability to acquire that information. And that you have an innate sense of confidence, a confidence in yourself and your ability to learn and grow. And now you move into the Planning and Development Center. And you imagine that there are all the tools that you need to plan and to develop the success that you want to achieve. There are dry erase boards. There are calendars. There's a computer. There's everything you need in here. And as we move along in our work and you plan marketing campaigns or business development sessions, we'll be using this area of the workshop. Take a moment or two and just be in here. And now let's go to the movie theater. You have a remote so that you can pause, fast forward, or rewind. And you're looking at a large flat screen TV. And you're looking at yourself achieving a goal. You can see yourself achieving the goal. You can see yourself going through all the steps you need to achieve the goal. Take a moment and just focus on that. Now just imagine you could step into the movie and you could feel the movie. You could feel a sense of exhilaration and joy when you achieve a goal. You take a moment for gratitude and blessings. You can feel what it feels like to be moving into that next version of you. Take a moment to experience that. And now you step out of the movie, but you keep the song in your heart. You keep that feeling in your heart of what it is that you really want to do and to achieve. And as you allow yourself now to leave the workshop, you know that already the roadmap is inside of your mind. And we will be using this inner workshop quite a bit in the work that we do to develop your business to the degree of success that you really want it to be. Set that intention and ask and allow. And every time we work together in this way, it'll become easier and easier for you to be able to do whatever it is that you need to do to become the successful person that you wish to be in the outer world. Getting ready to come back now. I am going to count to 5. When I say 5, you are wide awake, fully present in here and now. You will remember everything you need to know, and you will remember that the inner workshop is a tool for you to develop the success in your business and your personal life. Getting ready to come back now, counting to 5. 1, taking a breath into the body. 2, move and stretch. 3, move the fingers and move the toes. 4, getting ready to come into the body, fully present, awake and aware. 5, open the eyes. Feel yourself present now. So hello, everybody. Gotta get everyone at least to say hello to know that you're all back now.
Hello.
Hello, Christine. How about you, Scott?
Hello.
Great. How about you, Joe? Hello, Joe. Okay. Hello, Rick Taylor.
Hi. Yeah.
Good. Hello, Clyde. So in an easy and gentle way, you'll just come more and more back into ordinary reality and just join the discussion when you get ready, okay? So does anybody have any thoughts, feelings, questions about that process?
This is Joe. I just wanted to say, oh, I couldn't respond when you asked, but I am
Okay,
attending. And I had a pretty powerful experience with that
great,
meditation. And yeah, I'm really glad I'm here today. Thank you.
good, good. Anybody else? Okay, so the purpose of this process is to get our client, the small business owner, entrepreneur, a framework in which to develop their ability to make their business a success. It gives us an opportunity for them to connect into the inner guidance, which I'm calling just the inner self. You know, depending upon the person's ideas, philosophies, it could be the intuition, it could be your divine adult, it could be, you know, many, many different words. But the idea is that they now have like an internal reference or connection that's a very empowering kind of experience for people. And then we use the workshop. Like if they're going to plan on a employee seminar, you know, the people that I work with are people that usually have employees under 100 employees. You know, some of them, it's only like one person. You know, I have several sole proprietors as clients, acupuncturists, chiropractors, you know, psychotherapists. If they are planning to do something, then we use the planning center as a way of doing it. Another tool that I start out with when I start working with clients is I have them actually create a written business vision. Now, a business vision and a business plan are two different things. A business vision has the emotion of what this dream means for the client. You know, I worked with the cleaners whose dream was to be able to send his daughter to college. In order to send his daughter to college, he had to significantly raise his revenue. So when we were going through the process of planning that, we would use the planning center and then the movie theater to see that plan being successful. And that helped him to really develop different kinds of systems to make this successful. So what I have worked to do in this portion is to kind of give you an overview of this mini profession of success coaching. When we start to talk to some of the mechanics, psychotherapists make ideal success coaches when they can actually give up the psychotherapy persona. Okay, if you're going to switch back and forth, it means it's going to be a little bit harder. But being able to be a coach is such a different shift internally from a psychotherapist. It's a shift where there is like no longer responsibility for the outcome. Okay, ideally, we always know that the client is responsible for the outcome, but I know, having been a psychotherapist for 35 years, it was very hard for me not to feel responsible for the success of my clients. Coaching is so on the client that all of the responsibility for the outcomes are on the client. You know, that's the reason they fill out the prep form, is because it really helps them to become accountable. You know, when we have dreams in the world, unless we write them down, if we write them down, then they become, you know, a goal. If we create action steps, they become a plan. If we follow the plan, that becomes our life. Well, where the coach comes in is making sure the client actually follows the plan. Does that make sense? Joe?
Yes. Yes. I'm here. I'm taking notes.
Okay.
Takes up the other part of my brain.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about this, okay? Because I'm presenting to you an idea that basically says you need to change your model of working with people, you need to change your relationship with people, you need to change your process. How is that actually done is the critical elements. Did you have a question, Joe?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't have a. If I did, it would be kind of wide and general at this point, but I don't feel like I have a coherently formed question at the moment.
Okay. Is there an area that you'd like to have more information about?
Mm. Well, yes, for an area, and it's probably everything that I would like to have more information about. But since we're here on the, the mechanics of the process, the specificity, I'm finding that useful and applying that to things that I already do as a therapist. And prior to my therapy work, I was a university instructor and classroom classroom teaching at very student process centered way of teaching myself. And so looking at some of those things and how they might connect here, that's not really a question.
But I'd really like to reinforce the idea that you
Skills I
great
already
success
used,
coach.
Useful.
That you'd make a great success coach because you see the value in the educational model. What I'm suggesting though is that if you kind of let go of the psychotherapy aspect for a moment of time and just focus on the idea of being I like the term success coach, but being essentially a small business owner coach, you would attract an entirely different clientele. Some of the elements about the clientele that I particularly enjoy is they are highly motivated.
Yes.
Another element is that since it's a business expense, they are willing to invest in their business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it shifts two positive things for the psychotherapist. It probably increases your income because you charge more money for less time. And it also increases your income by the fact that there are no peaks and valleys. You just stabilize your clientele. But let's go back to these three essential differences because these are really, really important to have. It's like foundation pieces. The first one being the whole concept of changing the model. When you change into the idea of development, that human beings are in the process of developing and that there are core beliefs and there are essential skills that they need in developing. Joe, did you have something else to ask or say?
No, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm indicating.
Yeah,
I'm doing
your green light is coming on and I'm thinking you're calling on me.
I don't know why it's coming on. I'm not touching a thing.
Okay.
Beg
I'll
your pardon.
ignore it then. Okay. So anyway, the idea of human beings developing, that they are always in the process of developing and growing. And unfortunately Virginia Satir, I love Virginia Satir. She's to the world of psychotherapy what Einstein was to the world of physics. When Virginia Satir in 1975 said, 92% of American families are dysfunctional. That was a kind of like a reality bell that created all of these wounded people that psychotherapy has been doing miracles in their lives for the last, 30 years or so. But a reality piece is that there's a mood in the public of wanting to switch from psychotherapy to coaching. And part of that is because there is such an orientation in coaching to the future that it's almost like there's a subliminal message that says that what happened to you in your past is not as important as how you see your future. That's one of the underlying theories of success coaching. And so the wounds that are in the past, we use that clearing technique after we take the client into deep states. There are ways that you could do this with meditation rather than hypnosis. If hypnosis is a modality that you aren't comfortable with, I'm going to do a short workshop on January 13th that's going to be just for psychotherapists who want to shift into the coaching model. I sat down and I said, I think in 4 hours, I could really teach anyone how to actually do that. So it'll be on January 13th. It'll be from 9:30 to 1:30. It'll cost $199 for CAP members. And it will give you all of the basics that you really need to establish the successful success practice. Because really, being able to make a 6-figure income only working 20 hours a week is a real way of freeing up the rest of your wheel of life to have exciting experiences. So it's a subject I feel passionate about because I really feel that people in the helping professions have not really made the level of income that they really deserve for what they contribute into the world. And so I've always wanted to help psychotherapists and coaches to raise their level of income. And an ideal way of doing that is to pick a clientele that are interesting to work with, that will pay higher ticket fees, and that will be highly motivated to work. And the entrepreneurial small business community is exactly that. And in order to really position yourself as an expert with them, you have to think about benefits. What are the benefits of picking you as a coach? Well, your years of being a therapist definitely create benefits as long as you position it in the right kind of language. You say things like, well, I spent 10 years doing psychotherapy that really taught me a lot of skills that I bring into my coaching practice. Because believe me, unfortunately, there is some resistance in this particular business community to the concept of psychotherapy. I've talked to some of these small business owners about it, and they basically say things like, psychotherapy makes me feel like I have mental health issues, or makes me feel like there's something wrong with my mental health. And coaching is so about achieving personal success and business success that it doesn't have any of that kind of stigma with it. So that your clients brag about you to their clients, to their friends, to their family, and that helps to build your practice. I think you could actually pretty well build a 6-figure coaching practice definitely within a year, where you were working 20 to 22 hours a week. Does anybody have any more questions or thoughts or ideas?
I have just a quick question on the process, because you mentioned there were 4 rooms.
There were 4 rooms.
One for planning and development, one that's a movie theater, one that's a resource center, and I don't know what the 4th one is.
Sanctuary.
Oh, sanctuary. Okay.
Yeah, the sanctuary is just a place for inner guidance, inner wisdom.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
Okay, so when you go out into the Chamber of Commerce in your new success coach personality, you have to have what are called a first and second pitch. And a first pitch is kind of like your 30-second commercial. You know, people say, what do you do? And you say, oh, I'm a success coach and I work with people just like you, small business owners who want to have more success in their business. And then that's it. Then many of those people will come back and they will have questions for you. They will have questions like, oh, well, you know, how do you do it? When people ask you how you do it, it's so important to keep the focus on the benefits. You know, what are the benefits to these particular market niche? And the benefits to these particular market niche is they want to overcome procrastination. They want to wake up productive. They want to have self-esteem and self-confidence. They want to have successful habits. So the work is not really as complex as psychotherapy is by any means, but it is equally rewarding. It's equally rewarding because, you know, when I saw, you know, this husband and wife chiropractic team that I worked with that had excellent training, but very poor self-esteem and very poor money management skills, go increase their business 400% in a year. And that totally changed their family. They were able to take their children on a vacation. They were able to upgrade their housing. You know, wonderful things happened in their lives. And so that was a very rewarding experience that came from that particular situation. So success coaching is all about success. And it's helping people to feel more successful, to be more successful, and to have more successful energy into the world. Now, success is very, very personal. People have different kinds of ideas about what does success mean for you. During the pandemic, I had a client who lived in a really large city in America and essentially spent 3 hours a day in commute, taking her children to different kinds of projects, you know, taking her children to school, picking up her children after school activities. She spent 3 hours commuting. Then the pandemic happened, and she was a CPA. No, she was a bookkeeper at a large CPA firm. And so when the pandemic happened, she had to work from home. And she did the bookkeeping from home. Well, after the pandemic was over, her company called all of the employees back to the company. And she didn't want to go back to that idea of driving 3 hours a day. Because during this off period, she had dinners with her children, they had family conversations, they had game night. She was actually cooking the food for her family rather than picking it up at takeout. So there were so many improvements in her life. So with my help, okay, so the main things that she had to overcome was fear and personal doubt. So fear and personal doubt were two things that we worked really significantly with, but she moved from being a corporate employee to having her own small business bookkeeping business where she worked from home and she was able to have much more interaction with her children and with her husband because she moved into a different way of living her life. Coaching is all about supporting people to move into the way of living their life that is the most successful way of living. There is very little focus on the wounds of your past. There's very little discussion of the past. It is all really focused on the idea of, let's move from this place you are, clearly define where you want to be. Let's figure out some steps to get you there, and let's get you there. The reason it becomes ongoing with this particular market is because small business owners want ongoing coaching. They want to establish a relationship with someone that they know, like, and trust, that will support them to be able to have success in their lives. Did somebody just say something in the chat box?
Yeah, Scott did, and he just
Okay.
so I responded.
Okay. So the ability to support people in the transformation of their lives is the most wonderful thing about the whole process of being a coach. You're always looking forward to what is the next version, what is the best way of being. It's a very expansive and growing and developing way of working with people. If you remember Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you know, the bottom level is all the people that are kind of like working through their survival issues, a lot of which are the whole process of psychotherapy is helping people heal wounds from the past so they become more functional in today. Coaching is really taking the next step. Let's assume basic functionality, because we're targeting people who are really focused on moving from where they are to where they want to be. And as we move into that market, then we work with clientele that are usually able to pay higher fees, that are more invested in the process, and that it's a more enjoyable experience. So that's what I have to say. Any questions or thoughts? So let me just tell you some briefly things that I have going on. One thing I have going on is all of the products on my website are on sale half price from now to the 31st of December. If you use my name, ZOILITA in small letters as a coupon code, you can get 50% on everything on my website except trainings. The second thing is that I have a special one right now where I am doing a $199 stress-proof the holidays, which are like customized MP3s, clearing sessions to have a good holiday season. And the third thing is I have a special training the 13th of January for psychotherapists who want to become success coaches. So in 4 hours, I'm going to really help you transform your own consciousness into being a success coach and being able to move into the world and have a successful coaching practice.
So the discount would be on the Zolita Grant or the mindsetforsuccess.org website?
Mindsetforsuccess.org is where all the products are. So any questions, thoughts, feelings, needs, desires?
This is Joe.
Hi there.
Code is for the discount. I didn't get that down.
It's ZOILITA, which is my first name, all in small letters.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, if we're all done, let's just close with a closing grounding exercise, okay? So just allowing yourself to feel really comfortable, feel yourself grounded on the earth, getting really prepared for an amazing the rest of your day. Allowing your breath to be very deep and rhythmic as you begin to become aware of your body and the space around your body. And you begin to feel a sense of peace now. Going to a moment to your own personal sense of sanctuary and peace and harmony. And allowing yourself to be in that place of peace and harmony as you imagine you as the very best version of you. Imagine you beginning to move easily through the rest of your day, seeing you as the very best version of you. And I'll give you a couple of moments to do this exercise. And just take a moment and allow yourself to just step into those images, to just feel on a sensory level and allow yourself to experience emotions. Emotions of confidence, emotions of happiness, emotions of joy, emotions of gratitude, emotions of love. Feeling yourself very, very connected into your own sense of source energy. Allowing yourself to be the very best version of you as you move easily and effortlessly through the rest of your day. Set that intention, ask and allow, take a deep breath, exhale. Getting ready to come back now. 1, come fully into the body, feeling your feet and your fingers. 2, moving and stretching. 3, moving fingers and toes. 4, get ready to open eyes. And 5, just flutter your eyes open. Come awake and aware. So thank you so much for having me. I wish more of you had questions. Well, if you have any questions you think of, you can send them to my email, Zolita@zolitagrant.net. And I'll always be glad to support you in any way I can.
Thank you so much.
You guys check the chat. You'll find her email in there as well as the website. And I just want to mention to you guys about Colorado Station Psychotherapist. We are both support legislative arms of like supporting a psychotherapist in being independent. Sorry, cat alert here. And then the other is education. So we do what we can to help provide you with events that help you learn about how to do your job better. And I also put the website in there for that as in the chat as well earlier. So if you guys need that again, please let me know. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. Any other questions we can answer?
Yeah, what was the website?
I'll slide it in there for you again. And you wanted it's the Mindset for Success.
Yeah, .org is where all the products are.
So that's in the chat. I'm going to give you her other website here too.
Never know that.
And I'm pulling them right off the sheet that we
Yep, that's it.
and then also the information about the courses on I don't know if that's page 2, I think, of the sheet at the base with the special offer for CAP members. I can put that back in the chat if you guys need that again as well.
Yeah, I lost the sound, so if you could either repeat it, or
For
I
the
just didn't hear what you were saying in the last couple of minutes.
oh, I think we've got the links in there for you into the chat. So if you
Okay,
guys need any of that information, I tried to slide that in there. And then if you need the handout again, I'm happy to put that in there for you as well.
thank you.
And then we did record this, so we'll put this on our YouTube site as well. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. How great that you guys came this morning, and we really appreciate you coming in and spending time with us.
Thanks very much. I really appreciate it.
Okay, thank